Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have quite a bit of brand new little bits and pieces of news going on for when it comes to stock, some walk-ins, some restocks, some other locations, and a bunch of little various things too as well. So at the end of the day, this should be looking pretty good, feeling pretty good, and I'm pretty excited to hopefully get some of you guys some consoles. So, well, kind of the same boat as yesterday. We have a little bit more updates, we have a little more stock in general, and as well, hopefully you guys will have a good time, hopefully getting your consoles, and hopefully you guys have a nice, relaxing Sunday nonetheless. So, as per usual, before we fully dive on in, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch room down below, the Weeble and Coinbase down below, and everything else down below, Twitter giveaway and all that type of stuff. And of course, if you guys go check your stores, get some stock, see some movement or whatever, let me know in the comment section down below. So, first and foremost over here, we actually do have a little bit more of a nicer update. So we made a video on this yesterday, but it does kind of seem like we've been seeing a little bit more of an influx of proper Target in-store restocks as well. So if you guys kind of missed that, we kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday, but we actually had a lot of locations like for their warehouse distribution. So where all like Sony themselves sends out the consoles and they get the stock and blah blah blah. So basically, we did see a pretty big influx of brand new stock and everywhere throughout this past week. Now, since then, we actually have been seeing a few like double whammy of two different things. Number one, we've actually now been seeing a few more leaks that employees are now just being allowed to just go and sell stock. So they're actually able to go and put they have say a shipment of 15 consoles, and then if they have the stock sitting on hand and they're just physically there, they're actually able now to potentially apparently just go and, well, sell them. So we're not entirely sure if that's just going to be starting as of today, or more officially, the next few weeks as it kind of goes and gets more normalized and such like that. But we did actually see a few folks as well go and get their consoles from Target itself, from people checking on stores, us talking about it, and all that stuff. So that's kind of, I think, one kind of big thing to go and note and watch. So first and foremost, some stores may just have additional extra stock available up in stores. This, I think, is kind of be a little bit more on the higher likelihood side, and especially because we also have been seeing so much stock kind of showing up in warehouses in various areas, it just kind of seems like the stock's going to be looking and feeling pretty good. So Target itself, in stores, it's going to be sporadic, obviously. As you guys know, these walk-ins are kind of annoying, like the Best Buy, Targets, or whatever, Meijers, all that stuff. They're annoying, not super inconsistent, or they are very inconsistent. But like I said, we have had employee memos now apparently stating that if they're just physically there, they can go and allocate stock to be on the shelves. So we're going to try to reach out to some more Target employees, try to get more information and go and see, give you guys better updates. But apparently this is more of a proper corporate update and memo rather than just some random one store. So I'm going to try my best to give you guys more details on that, as I mentioned, so if you just want to check your stores, you guys can. Although they are still going to be doing the online restocks, which are just the normal, the typical annoying jobs where you just check your local 50-mile radius. If they have stock available, usually around the 7 a.m. range around this time to the next few hours or later on throughout the night. Those are apparently still ongoing and still happening. So I just want to let you guys all know that those are things we're watching, and we're going from there. So to me, that's a big focus. Make sure you guys are on top of that if you guys can, first and foremost. Part 2 is going to be for other little stock as well as still up on the Meijers. So as you guys probably have heard, we did go and mention that Meijers themselves has been getting some stock. So from yesterday, we actually did go and apparently go and have even more folks go and get some stock floating around. And also, funny enough, I think I finally heard a little bit of Illinois stock where someone did go and reach out and go and say that over by, I believe it was, I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's a little bit more down south from the, I literally, I literally looked at it right before this video to go and make sure I could double check. But basically, we have been seeing more Illinois stock. We actually did have one store itself go and show one up and have some stock with it. So if you guys want to, maybe I'll leave a comment down below on the store location. But the bigger idea is that Illinois does still, as apparently starting to get their influx of some Meijer stock. We really didn't see too much before, and I've been especially kind of a little bit more on the focus side for it myself, mainly because I've been watching that stuff and seeing that stuff. So I haven't seen too much, but we are now at least starting to get some stock up in stores. We also had a Northern Indiana contact go and kind of somewhat confirm that there is also some more stock arriving and moving, so it does seem like some states are starting to receive some stock. Before, we saw a lot of batches up in Michigan and Wisconsin, so maybe they might be recycling over it to more of the Illinois, Ohio, Indiana type ranges, a little bit more on the southern side versus the northern side. So in case you guys do want to be on the lookout for stock and be on the just in general vibes for it, feel free to. We have still been seeing people getting their stock. And as well, even if it doesn't happen today for your local store, from the official notices and official leaks and stock arrivals and everything, we still have been seeing other various, like, it might just be kind of tapering on in, kind of how we see with like Target and Best Buy and those other locations. So at least Meijer's as well, looking good. Target, if not even today, throughout the next probably week, will be looking good as well. So good thumbs up with that. Part 3. Best Buy. Now, just to give a quick little Best Buy update, we really haven't seen as much more stock arrivals. Target, we have been seeing. We've been knowing that there's stock there, that we know when stock move in, knowing stock's been arriving. Best Buy has been a little bit more on the drier side, both from people using the app glitch, although I do keep on always imploring you guys to go and check and see just if stock arrives or if you get movements or whatever. But when it does come to stock with that stuff, we have been seeing it. We've been seeing movements. We've been seeing warehouse movements. Just not a lot of in-store stock going on. So I'd probably say maybe the likelihood of anything from Best Buy throughout today, probably not as likely. We just haven't been seeing too much. Just haven't been seeing reports of it. Meijer's, though, and Target we have. So it's like a little bit more, I guess, incentivized to focus on that in your own selective regions. Kroger's, Fred Meyer's, and Smith's. We have as well still been seeing stock. It's kind of the same level of Meyer's where stock has been there, stock has been moving, stock has been grooving, although it just kind of depends on your local area. You got to call, you got to be on lookout, got to be aware of it, etc., etc. So when it comes to that one, if you guys want to be on the lookout for maybe weekend online drops, we have seen those before, but more so in store. Funny enough, I think we've been seeing a bigger influx as well of Xbox Series X's rather than PlayStation 5s. But at least we have still been seeing a few being kind of tapered on in and being reported in other various regions. So at least that's nice to see. Now, for some other little various things too, BJ stores. We haven't really been seeing too much more additional stock or additional movement for that one, which does kind of stink, but we have at least been kind of watching it, I guess, tastefully either way. Haven't seen too much. Same with the PC Richards or like Endormo for walk-ins or like HEBs for walk-ins or just for general stock. They have been a little bit more on the quieter side. So if you guys haven't still on a cash to go check, you guys can. Although kind of on the same boat of Best Buy, it does kind of seem like we've kind of awkwardly tapered off, have a little bit of a reset, and have a little bit more of a chiller, I guess, weekend when it comes to stock showing up. But at least we've still been seeing Meyer's and the Target stuff. So it's kind of like a little bit of like a switch watch, when it comes to that. When it comes to Amazon, we're probably not going to be expecting too much when it comes to stock, mainly because the Amazon PlayStation 5 is not so much overdue, or PS5 Digital. So you could still be on the lookout for them. We always have the links down below, but I'm not expecting too much with it. Walmart, we have still been seeing more stock arrivals. If you guys are a part of those drops or previous drops, send a comment down below, let us know. I do think this upcoming week Walmart will be extremely likely, so we're going to be watching that to see if there's any more APIs or updates or changes or anything else on the line. As well, when it comes to GameStop, we haven't seen too much more big movements too as well, both on Xbox and PS5 side. Haven't seen anything super crazy, so at the end of the day, it's kind of a big meh. Like, we're probably not going to be watching anything super crazy with that. And then same thing, too, with all the other big boy retailers besides the Best Buy, Target, kind of flip-flopping and looking around. We're going to be a little bit more on the quieter side throughout the day. As you guys know, usually Sundays are more on the chiller side. Now, we did actually go and see, funny enough, an Anton line drop that happened yesterday. They did go do an Xbox Series X restock, although they still have not done any PlayStation 5s. I'm kind of just assuming they just want to put out like an additional tweak because maybe sales just aren't going as good because it's a bundle, so just keep that in mind. PlayStation 5s will be probably watching throughout the rest of the week just to see if any stock movement comes with that. GameFly usually hasn't done weekend restock, so if you guys want to be on the lookout, you guys totally can. As well, just for I guess, reminder for everyone else, PS Directs usually do not restock on weekends, usually more so Monday through Friday. They still have been sitting on some stock, so if you guys want to follow the Twitter or subscribe, we'll definitely make sure you guys get in the group whenever you see that next upcoming drop. And all the other various things, such as, like, say, military walk-ins, have still been kind of chill and dry. Haven't seen too much. Same with online. We have seen on occasion Costco and Sam's Club weekend restocks, although just based on the trend of how, like, kind of quiet these past 2 weeks have been, I'm not really expecting too much, I'll be honest. I'm kind of just on that, like, kind of awkward, just waiting and hoping for the best type of vibe. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do think Sunday's gonna be pretty chill. We usually don't have too much action going on. We do sometimes get rumors and information, so we'll be on the lookout if we see stuff, obviously. But as of right now, I think you guys just go and chill, relax, unless you guys are in these areas with the usual walk-ins, such as like the BJ's, Kroger's, Fred Meyer's themselves, or Target, Target or Best Buy. But like I said, at the end of the day, Probably gonna be a little bit more on the chiller side, probably a little more on the relaxer side, and we'll try to get more information for you guys ASAP. But at least we've been seeing some stock and employees confirming stock. So good stuff with that and good updates with Target. That's kind of the bigger news I'd say for the day. So if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream down below, the Webull and Coinbase down below, the Twitter giveaway down below. I hope you guys all have a fantastic, lovely Sunday, and I'll see you guys later on throughout today for a bunch more videos and hopefully a lot more restock information in the near future. Love you guys.